Welcome. We're reading the entire Bible. Thank you for clicking on my face here on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you may be watching from. I'm Reverend Valerie Love, the author of 26 books on practical spirituality, metaphysics, Christian witchcraft, magic, the occult, all of the deliciousness. And we are here every morning reading the Bible at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us live or catch it whenever it works for you, boo. Baby, we don't do rules around here. We do spiritual law and we do love. That's what we do around here. Today I'm wearing my Christian Witches Mystery School shirt that I've had for years. I just love the Christian Witches Mystery School. Quick note before we head over into the book of Enoch 3. We are in 3rd Enoch. We're reading the entire Bible and the Apocrypha and parts of the Pseudipigrapha. Before we go into it, I just want to say Happy Witchy Wednesday. Now let's go. 3rd Enoch. There we go. 3rd Enoch. Chapter 25. Ofaniel, the prince of the Ofanim. Description of the Ofanim, or Ofanim. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said, above these there is one great prince, revered, high, lordly, fearful, ancient, and strong. Ofaniel, H is his name. He has 16 faces, 4 faces on each side. Also, 100 wings on each side. And he has 8,466 eyes, corresponding to the days of the year, 2,190, and some say 2,116 on each side, 2,191, 2,196, and 16 on each side. In those 2 eyes is space. In each one of them, lightnings are flashing. And from each one of them, firebrands are burning. And no creature is able to behold them, for anyone who looks at them is burnt instantly. His height is the distance of 2,500 years' journey. No eye can behold and no mouth can tell the mighty power of his strength, save the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be he, alone. Why is he called Ofaniel? Because he is appointed over the Ofanim and the Ofanimer given in his charge. He stands every day and attends and beautifies them. And he exalts and orders their apartment and polishes their standing place and makes bright their dwellings, makes their corners even and cleanses their seats. And he waits upon them early and late, by day and by night, to increase their beauty, to make great their dignity, and to make them diligent in praise of their Creator. And all of the Ofanim are full of eyes, and they are all full of brightness. 72 sapphire stones are fixed on their garments on their right side, and 72 sapphire stones are fixed on their garments on their left side. And 4 carbuncle stones are fixed on the crown of every single one, the splendor of which proceeds in the 4 directions of our both, even as the splendor of the globe of the sun proceeds in all the directions of the universe. And why is it called carbuncle, berquet? Because it is splendor. Is like the appearance of a lightning, barak, and tints of splendor, tints of brilliance, tints of brightness, as of sapphire and carbuncle, enclose them because of the shining appearance of their eyes. Chapter 26. Saraphiel, the prince of the Seraphim. Description of the Seraphim. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, above these there is one prince, wonderful, noble, great, honorable, mighty, terrible, a chief and leader, and a swift scribe, glorified, honored, and beloved. He is altogether filled with splendor, full of praise and shining. And he is wholly full of brilliance, of light, and of beauty, and the whole of him is filled with goodliness and greatness. His countenance is altogether like that of angels, but his body is like an eagle's body. His splendor is like unto lightnings, his appearance like firebrands, his beauty like unto sparks, his honor like fiery coals, his majesty like chashmiles, his radiance like the light of the planet Venus. The image of him is like unto the creator light. His height is as the seven heavens. The light from his eyebrows is like the sevenfold light. The sapphire stone upon his head is as great as the whole universe, and like unto the splendor of the very heavens in radiance. His body is full of eyes like the stars of the sky, innumerable and unsearchable. Every eye is like the planet Venus, yet there are some of them like the lesser light, and some of them like unto the greater light. From his ankles to his knees, they are like unto stars of lightning. From his knees, his thighs, like unto the planet Venus. From his thighs to his loins, like unto the moon. From his loins to his neck, like the sun. From his neck to his skull, like unto the light imperishable. Cf. Zephaniah 3:5. The crown on his head is like unto the splendor of the throne of glory. The measure of the crown is the distance of 502 years' journey. There is no kind of splendor, no kind of radiance, no kind of light in the universe, but is fixed on that crown. The name of that prince is Saraphiel. And the crown on his head, its name is the Prince of Peace. And why is he called by the name of Saraphiel? Because he is appointed over the seraphim, and the flaming seraphim are given in his charge. And he presides over them by day and by night, and teaches them song, praise, proclamation of beauty, might, and majesty, that they may proclaim the beauty of their King in all manner of praise and sanctification, Kedusha. How many are the seraphim? 4, corresponding to the 4 winds of the world. And how many wings have they, each one of them? 6, corresponding to the 6 days of creation. And how many faces have they? Each one of them, 4 faces. The measure of the seraphim and the height of each one of them correspond to the height of the 7 heavens. The size of each wing is like the measure of all Raquia. The size of each face is like that of the face of the east. And each one of them gives forth light like unto the splendor of the throne of glory. So that not even the holy child, the honored Ofanim, nor the majestic Kerum are able to behold it. For everyone who beholds it, his eyes are darkened because of its great splendor. Why are they called seraphim? Because they burn. Seraph, the writing tables of Satan. Every day, Satan is sitting together with Samael, the prince of Rome, and with Dubiel, the prince of Persia. And they write the iniquities of Israel on writing tables, which they hand over to the seraphim, in order that they may present them before the Holy One, blessed be he, so that he may destroy Israel from the world. But the Seraphim know from the secrets of the Holy One, blessed be he, that he desires not that this people Israel should perish. What do the Seraphim? Every day do they receive, accept them from the hand of Satan, and burn them in the burning fire over against the high and exalted throne, in order that they may not come before the Holy One, blessed be he, at the time when he is sitting upon the throne of judgment, judging the whole world in truth. Chapter 27. Radweriel, the keeper of the book of records. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel of H, the prince of the presence, said to me, above the Seraphim there is one prince, exalted above all the princes, wondrous more than all the servants. His name is Radweriel H, who is appointed over the treasuries of the books. He fetches forth the case of writings with the book of records in it, and brings it before the Holy One, blessed be he. And he breaks the seals of the case, opens it, takes out the books, and delivers them before the Holy One, blessed be he. And the Holy One, blessed be he, receives them of his hand and gives them in his sight to the scribes, that they may read them in the great Beth Din, the court of justice, in the height of Araboth Raquia, before the heavenly household. And why is he called Radweriel? Because out of every word that goes forth from his mouth, an angel is created. And he stands in the songs, in the singing company of the ministering angels, and utters a song before the Holy One, blessed be he, when the time draws nigh for the recitation of the thrice holy. Chapter 28. The Irin and Kaddishin. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, above all these there are 4 great princes, Irin and Kaddishin by name, high, honored, revered, beloved, wonderful, and glorious ones, greater than all the children of heaven. There is none like unto them among all the celestial princes, and none their equal among all the servants, for each one of them is equal to all the rest together. And there is over against the throne of glory, and their standing place over against the Holy One. Blessed that the brilliance of their dwelling is a reflection of the brilliance of the throne of glory. And the splendor of their countenance is a reflection of the splendor of Shekinah. And they are glorified by the glory of the 4th divine majesty, Gebura, and praised by through the praise of Shekinah. And not only that, but the Holy One, blessed be he, does nothing in his world without first consulting them, but after that he doeth it. As it is written, Daniel 4:17, the sentence is by the decree of the Irin, and the demand by the word of the Kaddishin. The Irin are 2, and the Kaddishin are 2. And how are they standing before the Holy One? Blessed be he. It is to be understood that one ear is standing on one side and the other ear on the other side. And one Kaddish is standing on one side and the other on the other side. And ever do they exalt the humble, and they abase to the ground those that are proud, and they exalt to the height those that are humble. And every day, as the Holy One, blessed be he, is sitting upon the throne of judgment and judges the whole world, and the books of the living and the books of the dead are opened before him, then all the children of heaven are standing before him in fear, dread, awe, and trembling. And that time, when the Holy One, blessed be he, is sitting upon the throne of judgment to execute judgment, his garment is white as snow, the hair on his head as pure wool, and the whole of his cloak is like the shining light. and he is covered with righteousness all over as with a coat of mail. And those Irin and Kaddishin are standing before him like court officers before the judge. And they raise and argue every case and close the case that comes before the Holy One, blessed be he in judgment, according as it is written, Daniel 4:17. The sentence is by the decree of the Irin and the demand by the word of the Kaddishin. Some of them argue and others pass the sentence in the great Beth Din, and some of them make the requests from before the divine majesty, and some close the cases before the Most High. Others finish by going down and confirming, executing the sentences on the earth below, according as it is written in Daniel 4:13 and 14. Behold, an ear and a Kaddishin came down from heaven and cried aloud and said thus, hew down the tree and cut off his branches, shake off his leaves and scatter his fruit. Let the beasts get away from under it and the fowls from his branches. Why are they called Irin and Kaddishin? By reason that they sanctify the body and the spirit with lashes of fire on the third day of the judgment, as it is written in Hosea 6:2. After 2 days will he revive us. On the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live before him. Chapter 29. Description of a class of angels. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, each one of them has 70 names, corresponding to the 70 tongues of the world, not 72, 70. And all of them are based upon the name of the Holy One, blessed be he. And every several name is written with a flaming style upon the fearful crown, Kirher Nora, which is on the head of the high and exalted king. And from each one of them there go forth sparks and lightnings. And each one of them is beset with horns of splendor round about. From each one lights are shining forth, and each one is surrounded by tints of brilliance, so that not even the Seraphim and the child, who are greater than all the children of heaven, are able to behold them. Chapter 30. The 72 princes of kingdoms and the prince of the world officiating at the great Sanhedrin in heaven. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, whenever the great Beth Din is seated in the Araboth Raquia, on high there is no opening of the mouth for anyone in the world save those great princes who are called H by the name of the Holy One, blessed be he. How many are those princes? 72 princes of the kingdoms of the world, besides the prince of the world who speaks, pleads in favor of the world before the Holy One, blessed be he. Every day at the hour when the book is opened, in which are recorded all the doings of the world, according as it is written in Daniel 7:10, the judgment was set and the books were opened. Chapter 31. The attributes of justice, mercy, and truth by the throne of judgment. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, at the time when the Holy One, blessed be he, is sitting on the throne of judgment, then justice is standing on his right, and mercy on his left, and truth before his face. And when man enters before him to judgment, then there comes forth from the splendor of the mercy towards him, as it were a staff, and stands in front of him. Forthwith man falls upon his face, and all the angels of destruction fear and tremble before him, according as it is written Isaiah 16:5. And with mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in truth. Chapter 32. The execution of judgment on the wicked, God's sword. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, when the Holy One, blessed be he, opens the book, half of which is fire and half flame, then they go out from before him in every moment to execute the judgment on the wicked by his sword. That is drawn forth out of its sheath, and the splendor of which shines like a lightning and pervades the world from one end to the other. As it is written, Isaiah 66:16. For by fire will the Lord plead, and by his sword with all flesh. And all the inhabitants of the world, literally those who come into the world, fear and tremble before him when they behold his sharpened sword like unto a lightning from one end of the world to the other, and sparks and flashes of the size of the stars of Radweriel going out from it, according as it is written. Deuteronomy 32:41. If I whet the lightning of my sword. Chapter 33. The angels of mercy, of peace, and of destruction by the throne of judgment. The scribes, verses 1 and 2, by the angels by the throne of glory, and the fiery rivers under it, verses 3 to 5. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of the presence, said to me, at the time that the Holy One, blessed be he, is sitting on the throne of judgment, then the angels of mercy are standing on his right, the angels of peace are standing on his left, and the angels of destruction are standing in front of him. And one scribe is standing beneath him, and another scribe above him. And the glorious seraphim surround the throne on its four sides with walls of lightnings, and the Ofanim surround them with firebrands round about the throne of glory. And clouds of fire and clouds of flames compass them to the right and to the left, and the Holy Child carry the throne of glory from below, each one with 3 fingers. The measure of the fingers of each one is 800,000 and 700 times 100 and 66,000 parasangs. And underneath the feet of the child, 7 fiery rivers are running and flowing, and the breadth of each river is 365,000 parasangs, and its depth is 248,000 myriads of parasangs. Its length is unsearchable and immeasurable. And each river turns round in a bow in the 4 directions of Araboth Raquia. And from there it falls down to Maon and is stayed, and from Mao on to Zebul, from Zebul to Shekwakim, from Shekwakim to Raquia, from Raquia to Shemayim, and from Shemayim upon the heads of the wicked who are in Gehenna, as it is written, Jeremiah 23:19. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord, even his fury is gone. Yea, a whirling tempest, it shall burst up the head of the wicked. Chapter 34. We shall pause here. Well, we are coming right on through the book of Enoch 3. First, so if you came for the reading, of the Bible, the Apocrypha, or the Pseudipigrapha. There you have it. After the reading, we get into the commentary. Let's do that right now. First of all, I am now convinced after today's reading with the three fingers and the princes and the scribe and the wings and the eyes and the fire and the rivers. I'm now convinced this is a shrooms trip. I am convinced. This is a shrooms trip. Is anyone else convinced that this is a plant medicine experience? This is ayahuasca. This is shrooms. This is a plant medicine experience because Rabbi Ishmael he's tripping. He is, and when I say tripping, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a wonderful way. I've tripped many times with ayahuasca and I saw things that would be in the realm of what he's describing. So it is my contention that he's not simply meditating. He's somewhere. And this sounds very much like a plant medicine experience. After someone who's had many plant medicine experiences, I've had DMT, ayahuasca many times, Wakuma, known as San Pedro, weed once or twice wasn't my thing, gummies, shrooms, quite a few, frappe, which you snuff, they call it the shaman snuff. Sananga, which they put into your eyes, it was like, oh, if they drop the Sananga drops in your eyes and blow the rapé, the shaman blows the rapé up your nose, you're instantly in a meditation. It burns like hell, and then and then when the burning calms down, you're instantly in a meditation. Like shoots you straight into the dimensions. Do you remember in Doctor Strange when the ancient one did like that and pushed him out his body and he came back, teach me everything? It's like that. Isn't it psychedelic? Isn't it psychedelic? Oh dear. It just occurred to me, Rabbi Ishmael is not the writer. There is a scribe writing as he dictates what happens. Interesting. Reverend Evelyn, I was just thinking that this writing mind is in another realm or dimension. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely giving psychedelic. Okay, you all are picking up the same thing that I was picking up. Okay, Angel. Okay. Yes, it sounds like a mushrooms trip. I had the shroom tea. Baby. And what I love about plant medicine is it's quick. It goes in within minutes. Within minutes. We don't have to meditate for 10 or 20 years to get there. We can have it in one session. Tonight, we give you some ayahuasca. 30 minutes later, you're somewhere else and you're getting taught about what's really going on in your consciousness. And a few hours later, you wake up like this. Oh my God, I've got to change everything. Some people wake up, wow, I'm not addicted to drugs anymore. I don't even want drugs. Some people wake up, wow, where's that PTSD? It's gone. We don't need 10, 20 years or medications for the rest of your life to fix this stuff when the infinite source has already put the plants on the planet. Just get the plants that's supposed to be for you for that thing. And we have many of them. We got plants for everything. We have plants for everything. And here's the craziness. Do you want to know the absolute ludicrous nature of the pharmaceutical industry? Look how crazy. There's no other way to describe this. People go find a plant like ayahuasca and they study it to see what the active ingredient is. They want that active ingredient and they want to be able to make billions of dollars from this plant. Yet you can't patent a plant, can't patent anything in nature. You can't own anything in nature. It's just ayahuasca is just growing. Vines are growing, grapes are growing. You can't patent a grape. So they take the active ingredient and they make a synthetic version of it. They isolate it Now, the first crazy part is that you're going to isolate what you think is the active ingredient in a particular grape or plant, and then forget about all the other micronutrients that interact with that active ingredient. Forget about the context. We're just going to pluck this one active ingredient that we think is the thing that's doing it. Oh, this lowers the blood pressure. This is the part of that plant. And then we'll throw away the rest of the plant. That's the first crazy part. Then the next crazy part, no one, I don't think anyone who is taking medications and anyone who supports the pharmaceutical industry understands how batshit crazy the pharmaceutical industry is. Then they take that active ingredient and they put it in the laboratory to get all the molecules, to get the molecular structure, to get everything that they need. It's code. Then they make a synthetic version, a fake version. Then they test it on animals. This is Frankenstein. They get rats. And I don't care how much we don't like rats and mice, we still don't want to be torturing rats and mice. And then they get monkeys. Well, you're closer to humans. We're going to inject y'all with the stuff. See what happens. Then they get humans to this is Frankenstein to experiment on, rather than go in the woods and take the plant, baby. Go in the woods and take the plant. This is insanity. When I found out what the pharmaceutical industry was really doing, and then once they get that synthetic thing, but synthetic, and it's got a ton of chemicals, and it's made of chemicals, and it's probably going to be very bad for you, but it's going to make them billions. And then once they get that thing and they go through all these trials, they test it on the mice and the rats and the monkeys and then the humans, and then the FDA, whom they're in bed with, says you're approved for this thing. Okay, they get approved, they give it to 10,000, 20,000 people, 1,000,000 people, and then they make a commercial. They make a commercial and they put it on television, and the people on the commercial don't look sick. They look amazing. Yeah, I'm taking Vaxilaxaline, and look, I'm happy. And look, I'm healthy. I'm in the park playing with my dog on Vaxilaxaline. Yeah, just ask your doctor if Vaxilaxaline is right for you. And then you hear the side effects. It may cause vomiting, nausea, heart disease. Wait a minute, you said that too fast. I didn't hear everything. Wait, what is happening? Then you go to your doctor. I think I'm breathing too much. You're breathing too much? You have overbreather syndrome. Yeah, it's a thing. Overbreather syndrome. OBS. I have OBS. What? Is it fatal? Yeah. It can't be cured. There's no cure for it. This is everything they tell you that you have. It can't be cured. There's no cure for it. We're going to give you this medication to stop you from breathing so much. You're an overbreather. You're expanding your lungs. You're going to live too long. And you live so long that you're going to take up all these resources on the planet. Why do you need to be here for 100, 120 years? Let's cut that down to 70, 80, 90. Okay? We don't need you breathing that much. We don't need you breathing that much. It's too much work. Wow, I'm an overbreather. Meanwhile, you're just deep breathing, and they found that to be a problem. They make everything into a pathology. Stop letting them pathologize you. Everything something's wrong with. If your brain works super fast, you got ADHD. No, your brain just works super fast. If you can look at more than one thing at a time, you're on the spectrum. No, there's nothing wrong with you. Your brain works in a different way. You need to learn how your brain works and work with your brain in the way your brain works. And no one's normal. There ain't no normal people. If you examined all of us, is anyone normal? There's no normal. But what they do is they make a chart of the people that come to them. And then they make a parameter. And they say, well, if you're in this parameter, you're normal. If you're over here, or if you're over here, that's anomalous. You're not normal. That's a problem. Why is autism or being on the spectrum, why is that a pathology? It's not a pathology as far as I'm concerned. I'm knowing and sensing intuitively for a very long time that all these kids that are coming in with different ways of being, that is not a pathology. We treat it like a sickness. That is a different kind of intelligence that we don't understand yet. But they want to make everything into a sickness and frame it in sickness languaging rather than framing it in, this is how your brain works. Now let's work with your brain in the way your brain works. How does your brain work? Work with your brain in the way that your brain works. Love yourself. Don't make yourself a pathology. Don't make yourself. I see all these people online that are talking about, yeah, I'm neurodivergent. What the fuck is neurodivergent? There ain't no normal. Now, we could have a neurodivergent if there was a stated normal. The normal was made up because ain't nobody normal. So who's divergent? To be divergent, you must have a normal. There's no normal. They made all that shit up. So if you present and you are the peacock in a world of chickens, they're going to say, you have overfeather syndrome. You're too tall. We need to shrink you down. You're a peacock. You're not a chicken. People love to win a game of the victim Olympics. And do you notice something very interesting that never happened when I was growing up? And I see it a lot now. And I'm wondering why. Why do people tell you all their stuff the second you meet them? Like, hey, yeah, hi, my name is Val. Well, I'm neurodivergent. I'm neurospicy. Okay. What do you want me? What do you want us to do with that information? Yeah, yeah. I'm on SSRIs or SSDIs or whatever those meds are that make you supposedly mentally normal. What are those? What are those? I'm saying all this to say that if Rabbi Ishmael can talk about seeing 50 million beings, some with eyes all around, some with, do you think Rabbi Ishmael is normal? I don't, because I don't believe in normal. I don't believe in normal at all. They made all that shit up. Them white coats make up more shit to get you fucked up in your head and not be God. How can you be God if you're neurodivergent? You're an accident. You're blemish. You have something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with nobody. There's nothing wrong with anyone. And you might say, well, Reverend Val, some people are born with no feet, or some people want true. That's their karmic, that's perfection. However, you were born is perfection for your soul's unfoldment and for what you're here to do. Hallelujah. Come on. Money in the vortex. Money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex. Come on, Carla. My son gets spiritual and intellectual downloads frequently. Absolutely. I have found that the things that people say who are quote unquote autistic on the spectrum, star seeds, they're just differently abled. I have found some of the things that they have said, they say to be absolutely otherworldly. Perhaps they're tapped into dimensions beyond this. Perhaps they're getting a lot of information. Well, we want to make them not that. Why? Love yourself as you are. Love yourself as you are. Love yourself as you are. Oh my God. I just love your podcast. Make more. I sent it out already to a friend and I'll pass more. Yay. Make more topics. Yay, 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 yay. Amen. Amen. I love you. Yes. And this is me fulfilling my purpose. This is me doing what I was born to do. Like no one even has to pay me to do what I do because money can't pay me to do what I do. Yes, I have programs. Of course, I have money magic. Of course, people pay me to come into our programs. Of course, people pay for my books. Of course. And guess what? I would do all of that if no one paid me because guess what? This is what I was born to do. And as far as I'm concerned, that's really the only, that needs to be number one on the burner. Number one front burner. What were you born to do? That's what we do in money magic. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, Linda, let me get you this link to Money Magic. Listen, Linda, because y'all want to mess around and do everything other than your purpose. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Because when you live your dharma, your purpose, your reason for being, I'm coaching live in Money Magic tomorrow night. I coach live in Money Magic on the first and third Thursdays of every month at 8 p.m. You and me in a conversation about you and what is happening. I am a professionally trained coach doing what I was born to do. Helped many, many, many people have a dream life. Many more right now in Money Magic. Some are making money. They're becoming Amazon influencers and they're getting accepted. Some are doing their YouTube channels. They're absolutely amazing. Some are writing novels. Some are creating art. Some are creating communities on school. The Money Magic success stories, baby, tons of them. Get around the right people. Get around the right people and get yourself in Money Magic. That's my exclusive community. If you're ready to do what is required to live your Dharma and be paid well for it and learn to invest, because we got to have the money side of it too. I have worked in the DDA, Development Disabilities Administration field, for over 20 years, and the stigma and how the business models that are structured around it is crazy. Look at that. You see that, Felicia? This is not compassion and love for people who are differently abled, for people who have different abilities, for people who think in ways that are beyond maybe what some people are accustomed to. Some people. Now, I hang out with a whole lot of plant medicine people, so all bets are off. It could be anything. One day you could be talking to an archon, another day you could be talking to an alien, another day you could be talking to all bets are off. I hang around a lot of spiritual people that do a lot of interesting things and go into a lot of dimensions, and around a lot of people that do a lot of plant medicine in our community. So all bets are off. I don't think anything's crazy. I really don't. Including, who got this part? And then we're going to wrap up. Who got this part? How about Satan is sitting up there in heaven with everybody else? Him and Samael writing out hate notes. What's that about? Satan is like, yeah, these are all the reasons why God should just unalive everybody. All of y'all. He should just unalive all of y'all. Oh, there goes somebody else. See, that's another reason. Him and Samael are consorting on why. Yeah, y'all. Oh, look at that one. Look, Samael. Look. What are they? They're in the spectator section, just writing, right, and giving the notes to the angels, and the angels are carrying the notes. And by the time they get to God, there's a big fire, and some other angels scoops it up and dumps it into the fire. Oh, these are from Satan and Samael. Give me those, and then they just put them in the fire. What's happening here? Shroom strip. What's happening? Satan is writing hate notes with Samael, the leader of the Watchers who came back. Some call him Samael, some call him Samjaza. What gives here? Satan's writing hate notes. Anyway, and you know what I love about the Jewish framing of Satan or Satan? I've heard Jewish people call him Satan. We call him Satan. What I love about the Jewish framing of Satan is that he's in there, he's in heaven with everybody else. Look at the book of Job. He's in heaven with everybody else. He belongs there. He's one of the angelic hosts. And he has a role. He works for God. He has a role. God don't have no other. God doesn't have an evil arch enemy like they have in Christianity. In Christianity, they created a villain and a hero. God is the hero with all God's, Avengers. The angels and Archangel Michael, the Avengers, yay. And then we have a villain. Satan and the demons. It's like a child's fairy tale or something. And Satan in the Jewish world is an evil. He's What does Satan mean? Satan means adversary, just ones who goes against you. Just right, God's employee. That's exactly right. Satan is God's employee, works for God just like everybody else. And like, who else would you work for? Is there any other source of the universe? It's not two powers in the universe. There's one infinite source in the universe. So Satan, so the whole idea of the devil, the way Christians frame it, is highly problematic because it has people playing a tennis match, looking back and forth, good and evil, good and right. And it's not two powers, it's one power. You are the power. Let all the fight go away. Let all the duality melt from your consciousness and simply be in the one life, the one love, the one power, one peace, one wisdom, one. There's only one of us here, and this one is God. It's oneness. This two back and forth thing, it's not helpful. Makes people crazy, right? Yeah, in Christianity, Satan and Jesus go hand in hand. Fascinating, right? Fascinating. Here's the other thing. When Satan is doing his job, it simply means adversary. It doesn't mean evil. It means he's your weight trainer. He's a personal trainer in the gym. He gives you resistance. He's your adversary so that you can do what? Grow stronger. You need resistance to grow stronger. He's helping you be stronger. Satan helps people by being the adversary, by being an accuser, by calling them on the carpet, by giving them the necessary resistance to build muscle. If you went and lifted 5 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds, and 10 years later, you're just lifting 5 pounds, 5 pounds, you ain't got no muscles. You do not have muscles. So you start 5, 10, 20, and you keep upping the resistance, the stronger you get. That's why they say this is the universal principle that is encapsulated in a statement that people make: new level, new devil. That doesn't mean that when you go to a new level, oh, it's going to be bad. No, new level, new challenges. You get bigger. No one goes and gets kindergarten lessons when you're in middle school. You already passed all the kindergarten lessons. And we're all in the school of the universe. So if you're in high school in the school of the universe, the school of the universe is not going to present you with ABCs. You mastered that already. The school of the universe is going to present you with high school lessons. If you're in the PhD program of the universe, which I think most of us here are, it's going to present you with a dissertation. That's what you need to create. It's challenging you at your level, and it's always going to challenge you at your level, and it's always going to be a new challenge because that's how you grow. Unless you want to just stagnate and die, that's okay too, if that's your choice. Baby, yes, that's that. Oh my goodness, you said it perfectly. He is the resilience coach. He's the ultimate resilience coach. And baby, he is good at his job. He is good at his job. But you know, the Christians not having a depth of understanding of the true role of Satan cast him into the evil bucket. Well, he shouldn't be doing all that to people. Oh, wow. Cast him into the evil bucket, which brings up a whole host of problems. Then why is he in heaven with Job? About Job, not with Job. Job wasn't in heaven. Why is he in heaven? It makes the whole story of Job strange. Yet that's the Jewish people's book, and they understand their book, and they have it coherent. Satan, Satan, however you pronounce it, he belongs in heaven with the other sons of God because he is one of the sons of God and he has a role and he works for God like everybody does. There's only one great power in this universe. The Jewish people have their story clear and understand it. When you go and grab someone else's story and then you change the story, you make parts of the story incoherent. Now, that doesn't make sense. All the stuff that they say about Satan in the beginning doesn't make sense. And then they conflate the serpent from the Garden of Eden with Satan in Job, with Lucifer, the bright morning star. Man, Christians are so confused. They have all of those together. I used to be there. They have all of them bunched up into one being. And when you read something that says that Jesus was equated with the bright morning star, the bright morning star is Venus. That is the bright morning star. Lucifer, the brightest star in the sky. We see it every day. Venus is Lucifer, is the bright morning star. It's full of light. And when Jesus is called the bright morning star, that really gets confusing because, oh, then we have to get rid of that book. Put that book under the bed and hope no one ever finds it. Bury that in bury that in the ground. We can't have people referring to Jesus as the bright morning star, Lucifer. We can't have that. See, it's an incoherent story because they went and grabbed other people's works and they did a mashup when they were creating the Bible, and then they gave it to us like it was one coherent thing, and it's not. It's multiple different things that they mashed all together. That's why it says multiple different things in different places. And if you try to understand why does the God of the New Testament, who is all love that Jesus is talking about, how did he get to be all love when in the Old Testament he's ornery and mean as hell? He's just smashing things and killing people and offing people and unaliving people and getting rid of this. I hate this. And bringing plagues and sending famines and killing whole. I mean, this God is horrific. But this is not the same one that Jesus is talking about. Jesus is talking about love, my Father, Abba. He's not talking about the same being. Two different beings. Yeah, we were told to put it all together and act like we don't notice that this God is either schizophrenic or super forgetful. Does this God have Alzheimer's? Because this God, no, I gave up that God a whole long time ago. Okay? When you steal someone else's story, that's what happened. That's what happened. This is another reason, this is another reason I like Hindu scriptures. They tell how Ravan, their version of Satan, was a great devotee of God and a scholar priest. That is beautiful. I love that. I love that. All right, family, that is it for today. Happy Witchy Wednesday. Go and do all your magical workings. Tonight, we have mystery school classes. We're live in the mystery school tonight. So if you want to join us in the mystery school tonight, feel free. The link is in the description below. And tomorrow night is Money Magic, coaching in our live Money Magic. And the link is below as well. Come on into our private communities. We love you so much. Peace.